Tip number 1 on how to pass a soccer ball with the outside of your foot, plant next to the ball. Usually plant about 6 to 12 inches away from the ball to ensure that there's enough space in between the foot and the ball for the foot that's passing the ball to strike the ball without making contact with your other foot. This will allow your body mechanics to enable you to play straightforward bending and curving passes. Ideally, keep that pointed leg planted in the direction of the player in which you wish to pass the ball or the space on the field that you're looking to pass the ball into. Also, keep your plant leg slightly bent. Do not keep your leg straight when planting for a pass. Tip number 2 on the outside of the foot pass in soccer is to keep your toe down and in when passing that ball. This will expose the bone of your foot, which is the hardest portion of your foot that you want to be making these passes with. Using the softer portion of your foot up towards the toes will actually reduce the speed of your passes significantly. Tip number 3 on how to do outside foot pass skills is to make sure you bend at the hip and knee when kicking the ball, and could you give this video a like? Bending only at the knee of your passing leg will still give you a significant amount of power because you'll be engaging your strongest muscles in your entire body, those quadriceps, when going to strike and pass that ball. It will also likely be a very quick pass that's unlikely to be stopped by a player on the other team because it's so unexpected. However, if you're looking to pass the ball far up the field or to strike a shot with the bone of your foot using that outside of the foot form, then you got to make sure that you're bending both at the knee and at the hip in order to get a lot more power and momentum generated on that striking leg. This is because it will not only engage your quadriceps as mentioned previously, but it will help engage your hip flexor to strike the ball to get more power. By the way, I'm Dylan Joseph, trainer and #1 best-selling Amazon author. Tip number 4 for this style of passing that's also known as the Trivela pass is to follow through. Passing strength and accuracy is improved by following through with your leg after you strike the ball. Therefore, avoid stopping after you make contact with the ball. Instead, make sure you follow all the way through, just like if you were doing an inside of the foot pass or shooting. Also, avoid using that outside of the foot passing form to avoid passing with your opposite foot because you don't want to use it. It has a place in terms of making sneaky passes and when the ball is perfectly placed on the outside of your body as you see a teammate's making a run and it just doesn't make sense to take that extra step to plant with your dominant foot to pass it with your opposite foot. Avoid using this as your dominant way of passing. Instead, most passes should be with the inside of your foot. To avoid missing out on the tips that you need to be a faster soccer player, make sure to grab the book I've written, Soccer Passing and Receiving, using the link.